actually giving away an Usyk signed glove. Jump onto the Boxing King Media Instagram page. You'll see a post with the thumbnail of Johnny Nelson and Dominic Ingle pinned to the top. Just click on that post, the instructions on how to get yourself in the draw are on there. There's only about 100 people in the draw at the minute, so you got a good chance of winning. Boxing King Media powered by BYD. For the first time ever, Mr. Elliot Elimasi. Have I said that right?
Elliot, Elimasi. Yeah, Elimasi.
It's nice to meet you, Elliot. I've obviously read a lot about you, and you've just turned professional recently. But I'm meeting you here today at Wembley, the U-Box gym. I'll pronounce that right?
U-Box, UBX. It's about UBX or U-Box.
Yeah. Thank you to them for allowing us to use the gym. I'll just zoom in so people can see. Quite a fascinating gym. I've never seen a gym where everything is basically virtual. From the guy that he was just telling me, where you come in, there's no personal trainer, everything's on the screens. You've got a virtual trainer on the screens. You follow a circuit, and they've got machines that can basically tell you your risk of heart attacks, tell you your bone density, all sorts of crazy stuff like that. But basically, it's like living in 2050.
I like the way everyone's a bit woke nowadays. The running clubs, everyone's keeping fit, and boxing is one of the best ways to keep fit. It's changed my life. It can change yours as well. So yeah.
Yeah. So thank you to the guys for allowing us to use the gym, and I'd definitely urge anyone, if you've not heard about this new gym brand, UBX Boxing and Strength, 100% will hit it up. This one is in Wembley, in London. Easy to find, 5 minutes from Wembley Stadium. So. We're going to jump into the boxing side of things. Elliot, like I said, first time I came across you, I saw a big plaster on Frank Warren's Instagram, signed this new kid, and he's signing fighters left, right and centre, but I know Frank is very picky. Every fighter that he signs, he kind of follows the journey with him. So you tell me why you chose Frank Warren before I get to know you as a person.
So why I chose Frank, I truly believe he's the best to guide a boxer throughout his career. He did it with the greats, and he's going to do it with me as well. Yeah, Frank Warren, he knows what he's doing. He's a smart man.
Did you speak to all the promoters, or was Frank just your main aim?
You know what, to be fair, even way before when I was still in my amateurs, I always wanted Frank. So when I spoke to him, we just gelled, and here we are, Queensbury fighter.
And we're going to go back into your boxing journey. I just want to know you as a person, first of all. So the surname, I've personally never heard that surname before. What's the origin of your surname?
Elimasi. I'm from Congo, fully Congolese. Elimasi means like diamond, basically. It's like special. So it fits me perfectly.
Diamond, yeah, that's a serious surname to have. So how long were you born in the UK, or did you come with your family?
So born and raised in the UK. My dad was my first boxing coach. Training in his living room, literally me and him, 6 days a week, 4 days a week, week in, week out, just training in his living room, and it's paid off. I had a year and a half, 1 season and a half in amateurs, won most things there. So literally, it don't matter where you are. Like UBX, we're here now, but you can get fit in the living room. We did strength, sweat. Like he changed his living room for me into a camp, an army camp. So yeah.
How come your dad was like that? Is he ex-army, or where's he get that kind of where's he like that from?
So Muhammad Ali, when he had this fight, Run with the Jungle, he infected the whole of Congo. Everyone loved boxing after that. So my dad came from a background where he was raised boxing. His uncle boxed, he boxed. He was in the army. So I found my own way into boxing, and then when I told him, he said, "Yeah, let's do this." Like 6 days a week, I'm doing 500 push-ups. I'm doing everything with him. So that's why I got the name Heavy Hitter in amateurs.
That sounds like a hard upbringing. Like, what's your memories? Like, I'm just gonna put it bluntly. Did you? Are you from the generation where your dad whooped your ass, or is it more like you just got told off and sent to a room?
You know what? I grew up with my mum, so she was the hard one. She was the hard one. I locked in with my dad, and he was hard in the boxing sport, but that's my best friend. So yeah, it's a good relationship we have.
Because sometimes usually the dad in it who's kind of the harder person. But yeah, because the reason I asked you is because the generations have changed now. Because I'm from the generation where if you did something wrong, you got a proper ass whooping. But it does change you as a person. So you obviously go to school, and then from what I've seen in previous interviews, in PE, you took your love for boxing a bit further. Was it like a specific PE teacher that got you interested?
There was a specific PE teacher, but more so it was Riddy from base boxing. I met him when I was 18 at my cousin's wedding. He was a boxing coach, and he just told me, "Look, if you want to box, let's do this." So my coach Riddy, he took me 18 fresh, just raw. I was training outside of base boxing in Tottenham, Enfield, and we just started training. I done alliance boxing before I went into England boxing. 5 fights, 5 wins. I won a tournament there. And then that's when he said, you know what, you're ready. I went over to Islam, and the rest is history. Had, I think, 25 fights with them, won nationals, intermediates, developments, internationals, just kept winning for a year and a half. And that's when Queensbury heard about me, and we locked in, me and Queensbury.
And I think 30 fights, 29 wins. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I was just back to back. So every other week I was boxing. Semis on a Friday, Saturday will be the finals. Next week we'll go again. So it was like a fast track. The more I won, the more I was fighting. So that's why it may have been a short amount of time, but a lot of wins and a lot of credibility, basically. Yeah.
How old are you?
I just turned 24.
Still a baby, really, innit, compared to me. But like, at what point did you like do this like completely full time? Because like sometimes, you know, even in your 20s, you got to earn money. So have you been working on the side, or what have you been doing?
So I left my job 2022.
What job was it?
So I was doing railway. Yeah, like see when the train comes, you just put the sign up for it to go. Yeah, I was doing that. But every job I've had, I've been fired from. Funnily enough, so yeah, every job I've had, I've been fired from.
Dare I ask what for?
It's different reasons. Literally every job you can think of: warehouse, retail, barista, everything. I've just been fired from. So clearly, my calling is boxing.
I'm gonna, when you drop a statement like that, I've got to ask you because I bet there's some stories there. Any good ones you can share?
I think it was one of the World Cups. I think it was 2016 World Cup. I was in the back, instead of cleaning up, I was just in the back watching the football. That's one of them. Another one, just lateness. Another one, I just really didn't care if you put your heart in what you care for. So I didn't care for the jobs. So boxing's always been first. So since 2022, unemployed, just training with my dad at Islington. I was training as well, and it paid off. I was winning. So now it's finally time to reap rewards. Met amazing the professionals, and yeah.
Just so people can get to know you a little bit more, I'm just curious, that job where you was putting up the train sign, is that literally, because I've people who catch trains every day, so what do? You wait for the train to come, you pull a sign up and then you go sit down somewhere, or?
My shift started at like 6 a.m. So I might get at 5 a.m, do a bit of push-ups, a bit of cardio, then I jog to work, get to work, change my clothes, half awake, 5 a.m. Waterloo Station, just the train will come, put in the thing. I was there for like 4 hours, for 5 days a week. So I was juggling that and training. So I knew that I was getting a toll on my body, but at the end of the day, you just gotta try, you gotta do everything you can at this point. So once I knew my time's up, I was bunking work to train, and they started realizing. So when I got caught bunking, then they just said, yeah, just can't run. So that's when I said, you know what, there's a reason why I got fired. Full-time training, 5-6 days a week. So yeah.
Madness. It's 25 degrees, you're wearing a hoodie, so I'm just, how did you cope with the winters stood on the railway tracks?
You know, even though with the morning shifts, I had a coat on, it was super cold. Because I was working around September to December 2022, so really it was cold. It was too bad.
So you're on this journey, boxing journey, so you're fighting at light heavyweight. You must have sparred some of the guys who are competing at light heavyweight. You seem like a big, tall, light heavyweight. If I met you, I'd be thinking you're more like a cruiserweight.
I make weight comfortably. So I walk around 88, but I make weight easily. I can make 82, 80, not a problem. I sparred Dan Aziz as well. Dan Aziz is my first coach's good friend, so I sparred Dan Aziz. He's seen the star in me. He's seen the potential in me. Most importantly, he's always told me keep going. Like, you was good at that age. I was terrible, so you can only get better. So Dan Aziz is someone that's really helped me, motivated me. David Adelaide, someone else, close family friend. I sparred Derek Chisora as well. And this is all before my first fight. So Dan Aziz, Derek Chisora sparred. This is before my first amateur fight. Adelaide, good family friend, so he's giving me a lot of gems as well. It's crazy because in the amateurs, everyone's watching me. Like all the pros, they're watching me. I've been getting people nervous before I even had my first pro fight. So
I'm very fascinated to see you fight now because it's what, October the 18th?
October the 18th, York Hall. You don't want to miss that. That's the beginning of history. Yeah.
What kind of style can they expect? I've seen some videos on your Instagram, and I think the one I saw, the guy was putting it on you, and you just kind of waited and just caught him clean, and the referee stopped it.
I'm a sniper. I don't miss. I barely do miss. So what do you expect? Exciting. I'm not here to dodge a move like certain people. I'm here to break my opponent, maximum damage. That's it. So if you like knockouts, you're gonna see some. If you like pressure, you're gonna see some. Edge of the seat. That's the best way to describe it.
We're obviously at Wembley, a big show this weekend. I'll ask you about a couple of fights. One in your weight division, Joshua Buatsi, Willie Hutchinson. What do you make of that?
It's a good fight. You know what? I'm here for all these fights because obviously during COVID and stuff, there was a lack of fights, but now the fights are coming back to back. It's good. I'm watching everyone. I'm learning. I'm in the sidelines just watching. And little did they know when I come take over. So that fight's good, but it's good for me to learn from these fights. But it's time for me to get my piece of the cake.
Who wins that fight?
I like both styles. I'm a fan of both styles, so I'm interested to see how it goes.
He's that sits on the fence.
You know what? To be fair, that's not really. How can I put it? It's not really. It's a good fight, but it's a fight that I like to watch the greats. So I'm more focused on the greats. Like I like to call myself old blood. So the boxers that I like to watch was Tommy Hearn's favorite boxer. That's a lot of his jab was incredible. So I like to watch the greats rather than the newbie people. I don't really look into the new generation.
So you're going to be watching Joshua versus Dubois?
I might watch the highlights, but main event, I'm gonna watch that one definitely. My nickname is main event as well, so yeah, really, it's like I just like to be the best version of myself.
But who do you think wins that? I know you'll have seen the build-up because as you go through the ranks, you'll see how drama and stories get made. But we've seen this week people talking about Daniel Dubois' dad's involved in magic and voodoo stuff, and that's going to be part of this fight. And then the story come out last night that Don Charles has been sacked, but this morning we've been told he hasn't because he's ill. All this kind of shit's going to be, you're going to experience this at some point when you get to the top level.
And this is it. So me and the sidelines, I've just been watching everything. I'm a student of the game. I know everyone says that, but I love every intricate detail. Like I see how AJ's been locked in, no interviews, his team's solid, and that's the reflection of what I'm going to be doing. I want a solid team. No outside noise will get in the way. So I'm learning everything. It's going to be a good fight. Seeing these two fight this weekend, it only gives me motivation. If they can do it, I can do it. If you touch this earth and you've done greatness, I can do it too.
Last question for you. What you? I've seen that you're quite into your faith as well.
Yeah.
You know, where does that come from? Is it you like a new person to faith, or you're born with it, or what?
I've always obviously Congolese background, so as you know, proper religious. But I'm Muslim myself. It just keeps me grounded, and I feel like that's the real peace I get. Boxing and my faith. Without them two, I'm lost. Like, I don't feel comfortable if I'm not training or I'm not praying. So. Yeah.
Were you born Muslim?
No, I reverted.
What's the story behind that?
I'm open-minded and I ask questions. So the more I ask questions, the more I find the right answers. And I said boxing's a hard sport, consistent and disciplined. Same with Islam. You gotta consistently pray. Everything in the religion, it helps you. And the same with boxing. Boxing seems super hard, but what you do in the training, it helps you. And that's the same with Islam. What you do in the faith and the rules, it helps you as well.
Just curious, when did you become Muslim and how did your family react to that? I'm just curious for that story.
So I told Mum, she was angry, sad, confused, shocked, every emotion in one basically, but she supports me now. She sees the effect it has on me, so she supports me. So much harder, 18. Yeah, 18, so like a good 7 years now. 7 years.
7 years, that's quite a long time. You been to Saudi?
Soon. Turkish Sheikh's gonna hear about me, so soon, definitely soon. I say, if I play my cards right, next year maybe. Yeah, next year.
Good stuff. Any last words, Elliot? You can shout out your socials before I let you go.
Elliot Elimasi. Elimasi is spelled how it sounds, Elimasi. That's all socials. Elliot Elimasi, TikTok, Instagram, everything.
Who's training you? I forgot to ask you that.
He's training me. I'm training up in Bermondsey Boxing Gym with my good coach Dan. Yeah, me and him we've gelled for like the last 3 weeks. He's just torturing me, but I love it. He's got me right. I feel like I'm ready to fight tomorrow. So yeah, Coach Dan up in Bermondsey Boxing Gym. That's the partnership.
Elliot, you seem like quite a mature young man, and I think it'll be an interesting journey. So I definitely keep an eye on it. And it's a pleasure meeting you today. Thank you, brother.
That's the many. That's the many.
God willing.
Yeah.
We're actually giving away an Usyk signed glove. Jump onto the Boxing King Media Instagram page. You'll see a post with the thumbnail of Johnny Nelson and Dominic Ingle pinned to the top. Just click on that post, the instructions on how to get yourself in the draw are on there. There's only about 100 people in the draw at the minute, so you got a good chance.